Okay, so first home buyers, I'm getting a lot of questions at the moment, so I thought I'd create this video and just give you guys a bit of an update of where things sit for you right now out in the market. There's a number of options out there for first home buyers at the moment. First of all, Lenders Mortgage Insurance is out there now, whereby you can get away with a smaller deposit and you pay an insurance premium to cover the bank for anything. And the benefit of that, trying to wait to save the other 15% could take years. So it really helps you to get into that first home sooner. The second one, at the moment, the government's running a number of low deposit schemes to help people get in their first home, where they're actually covering Lenders Mortgage Insurance. There's one at the moment that they've got out there for single parents. There's also ones out there if you're building a house, you can use that as well. So these are there to help you with a smaller deposit get into that first home. Another option around that is a parental guarantee. What we can do here is get your parents to guarantee your loan just for the deposit amount to help you get into that home sooner. And actually, in this instance, you may not even need a deposit. How do you know how much you can afford to borrow that first home? The easiest way to find that out is to come in, sit down, and find out exactly what your options are. There's really two parts to it. One is your deposit, because that limits how much you can afford, based on how much we need to provide. And the second one is your income. So typically we start there, work out on your incomes, how much you can afford to borrow, and then on that, what deposit would we need to get the same amount of loan. The main benefit of doing this with a broker is when I sit down with a computer, I'm looking at 34 different lenders and how much they will lend you based on your income. If you're sitting down directly with a bank, you're only going to find out what they are. And you'll find from time to time, I'll get one lender $100,000 difference to another lender. And this can be a big difference between getting that home you really want and the one that they say you can afford. What government assistance are available for first home buyers? Well, there's a few out there. One thing that just about all governments in different states do is stamp duty concessions. So buyers in certain states can get away with paying stamp duty up to certain thresholds. Once again, for more details on your area, just let us know and we can show you exactly how that works. Also, we still have the first home buyers grant out there. This is only for construction. So if you're looking at buying a newly built property or building your own, let us know, because there is $15,000 available in Queensland and $10,000 available in New South Wales. And this goes towards your deposit and can really cut down how much money you need. How important is your credit rating? These days, it's actually really detailed, your credit report. So there's a lot of great information that banks will use on there in deciding whether you're the right person they want to give a loan to. So there's definitely lots of stuff we can see in there. We can see all your loans you've got, all the applications you've made in the last 5 years, and it shows us your history of all those loans. So if you're paying them on time, that actually really boosts up your credit score now and actually gives you a better score than you would have had in the past. So, when you come in, we sit down, we actually go through it with you and show you exactly where you stand. What is Lenders Mortgage Insurance? So, traditionally, many years ago, Lenders Mortgage Insurance didn't exist and you had to have that 20% deposit. And then the banks came up with this product, it's an insurance policy. So you actually pay an insurance company that if the bank ever had a loss on your loan, they're gonna make up the loss. So basically by doing this, it allows you to get that loan up to say 95%, and the bank has confidence that they're really not gonna lose out on the transaction. What is a guarantor and should we use one? So a guarantor option isn't there for everyone. What it is your parents use the equity in their house and they give a guarantee to the bank you're getting a loan with that they're going to guarantee the deposit amount. So this is typically 20%. So say you're buying a $500,000 house, they're giving a guarantee for $100,000 secured by their house. And what this does is allow you to get the loan without actually putting up a deposit or have to pay things like Lenders Mortgage Insurance. Should you use one? Well, it's really a family question. It's something you really need to sit down with your family and work out, one, do they have the equity? Are they comfortable with it? Not everyone is, but you really need to sit down and talk to them. Now, our goal is to get them off as soon as possible. And how that works is either, the value of your property goes up and you pay your loan down. So as soon as there is that 20% gap between what the house is worth and what you owe, we can then get your parents off. And we do this quite regularly. We sit down, we review it, we get an updated valuation on your house, see what the loan is and go, great, it's the time now, we can release your parents from it. Should you choose a fixed or a variable rate for that home loan? There is no straightforward answer to this, and You know, what I may have recommended a month ago may be different now. Rates are constantly moving. You know, we get updates every week from every lender and sometimes multiple times within the week. So what we have to do every time is sit down, see where you're at, see what your goals are, and then look at the rates that suit those goals. You know, if you're planning on staying there for a long time and we can lock in this rate now, you know, for 2, 3, 4 years, and you can have some certainty around your payments, then that's what we may do. Some other times we might look at the variable rate because, you know, that may be a little bit cheaper, and it gives us some options around paying it off sooner and also using offsets and products like that. Question I get a lot is, you know, what are the other costs involved with buying my first home? So things you need to think about is conveyancing. You need a solicitor to actually manage the contract and do the settlement for you. These are kind of roughly $1,500 to $2,000, you know, per settlement. So you need to factor that in. Building and pests. So when you buy that house, you want to get that property inspected by an expert to make sure there's no nasties involved, you know, that is really going to cost you in the future. So these people are absolutely essential. Other things we've got is, depending on what you spend, is stamp duty. And we can tell you how much that is when we sit down and say, you know, based on this price, this is how much it would be. Or if you're a first home buyer under a certain threshold, it may be free. You've also got transfer duty and registration fees. You pay to the government, smaller amounts, but as I said, once we know how much you want to spend, we can explain to you exactly how much that will be. The other thing we've got that we touched on earlier is the lender's mortgage insurance. So depending on, you know, whether you have a deposit, how big your deposit is, will determine if there is lender's mortgage insurance and how much that costs, because it's not the same for everyone. A loan at 81% has lender's mortgage insurance is very different to a loan that's at 95%. So we can explain exactly what that would look like for you. Do you have to pay your mortgage broker to do your home loan? Mortgage brokers are actually a free service to the consumer. Every bank pays us the same commission to do your loan. So there's no benefit for me to put you with any bank over any other lender. What we do as a broker is just choose the best loan for you. In fact, we're actually compelled as part of our licensing that we have to provide the best solution available to you. Unlike banks, when you walk in there, you're only going to get what they've got available. They're not going to tell you that the bank down the road has a better deal that would suit you more. Thanks guys for watching the video. I hope it's been really helpful, you know, if it's for yourself or, you know, someone you know wanting to know more about, you know, first home buying and buying their first house and what all that looks like. Get them to send us a message, you know, share this video with them and, you know, get them to touch base. And we're happy to sit down and go through all of this stuff, you know, specific to you or them, and go through exactly what it would look like for you personally. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon.